Court to the cloud. Okay, there she is.
You're Tracy Rosemeyer?
Maggie Rosemeyer. That's my mom, sorry.
Oh, my apologies. All right, let me flip to that page. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I have to pull up the report, so that's on a separate page. So let me pull that up for quick.
No worries.
All right. Maggie Rosemeyer.
Yep.
Okay, Miss Rosemeyer, do I have your correct address at 150 Potomac Place, Oregon, Wisconsin?
Yep.
All right, you were cited for speeding on a city highway 16 to 19 miles an hour over the limit. That citation carries a penalty of $124 and 4 demerit points issued to your driver's license. Do you understand what speeding on a city highway is?
Yes.
Okay, basically, highway in the state of Wisconsin, that there was posted speed limit is such and that you were going 16 to 19 miles an hour over the limit. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, so this is a 4-point citation. 4-point citations go from, let's see, it's 11 miles an hour over the limit to 19 miles an hour over the limit. And the demerit points, you're actually at $50 plus cost. The lowest on these type of citations is $30 plus cost, and the highest is $300. So you're not at the minimum, but you're pretty close to minimum. You understand that as well? All right. And then Miss Rosemeyer, let's see, how old are you? 17, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So back now I can see again. You could see me the whole time, but I couldn't see you because I had some screens up. So it's still a little disorienting for me. So is this your first moving citation?
Yes.
Okay. You realize that if you're found guilty, that all subsequent citations will double if they're moving.
Yeah.
Okay, until you're until your probationary license ends. Now, if you got your driver's license at 16 or shortly after 16, it goes to your 19th birthday. You understand that as well?
Yep.
Okay. Normally what I do for these is I give a 10-mile-an-hour leeway. So instead of 16 to 19, it would be basically 1 to 10. And that would be 3 points instead of 4, but the same forfeiture of 100. Understand that as well? Is that a yes?
Yes.
We're recording, so sometimes the audio tapes can't pick up when you nod your head or say. So, that's all right. Then most people aren't aware of that. Okay, so I would amend it to 1 to 9 over with 3 points instead of 4. Any other questions for me?
No.
Now is the time I take your plea. Your 3 plea options are guilty, no contest, or not guilty. Guilty means that you're admitting your guilt and that you're basically at the mercy of the court. No contest means you're not necessarily admitting guilt, but you want it to end today and I will find you guilty. And a not guilty plea means that you would either want to take this to a trial or talk to the prosecutor about it.
I'm just gonna admit that I was guilty of speeding and
All right. You understand with a guilty plea, I must find you guilty so long as there's a basis in the police report?
Yeah.
All right. Let me read the police report. I want to make sure I have a factual basis for your plea. And of course, the guilty plea would be to the reduced citation of 1 to 9 over, not the 16 to 19 over.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Rosemeyer, I have reviewed the citations. I do find a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty to speeding 1 to 10 over the limit, which should be 3 points instead of 4. Same forfeiture of $124.
Okay.
How much time do you need to pay?
I can pay in the next week.
Okay, I'll give you 30 days to pay. And
Okay.
if for whatever reason, if you need additional time, just, you've got a number to call, just call the number and just ask for more time. And I'll submit that to the prosecutor for their approval, and I won't have any issues with it either. So,
All right, thank you.
all right, any questions for me?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, with that, just make sure that you be careful, don't speed anymore, and that will take care of it for this evening then.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rosemeyer.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Just a reminder, we've been doing 60 days during the pandemic.
Okay,
I-
we'll
I
give it
just-
60. Yeah, like
Yeah.
send it, if you send out a notice, that's 60 then, so thank you.
The defaults, that's all. Okay.
You wanna go through the defaults?
Yes.
Okay, Jody Anderson will forfeit the bond. Oh, by the way, for Ms. Rosemeyer, it was just a citation. I didn't really see a police report in there, but there was enough of in the details in the citation where I think
Okay.
there's issues with it. Ty Annan,
Yeah,
that
he
is,
called earlier today and entered a not guilty plea.
Okay.
So
Well,
both
or
of
not
those
guilty plea.
off.
Trent Barless is a default judgment. Dylan Bennett is a accept a no contest plea and find him guilty. Again, for these, Dylan Bennett.
Oh, is that the one? That's right. I was waiting. I wanted to ask you because, okay.
If a restitution request is ever, if there is a restitution request is made, I would have to recuse myself.
Okay.
It was to Rotary Park. I'm a Stoughton Rotarian, so what would happen is I just think there would be an apparent conflict of interest. There might even be, I think there would be a conflict of interest. So there is a restitution request. I would go ahead and recuse myself. Okay. So Danielle Boucher is a default judgment. Keenan Bradley is a default judgment. Ethan Brightsman is a bond forfeiture for both. Anthony Burkell is a default judgment on both citations. Rocky Burkhalter is no contest plea. Court accepts no contest plea and finds the defendant guilty.
He's asking for community service, and I didn't know if you could possibly approve that without him appearing. He doesn't have internet access, so he was
Let me take a
hoping
look.
community service.
And let's see if it's based upon his age. Okay. Mary, here's what I'd like to do. I don't have any issues with it, but I want the city to weigh in. So if you could send just a notice or a letter to the city attorney asking if community service could be approved in this case.
Okay. And how many, would you do the regular $8 an hour as we do?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. And then if she does approve that, then,
And go out and send a letter to the
Okay.
defendant indicating that it's been approved.
okay, all
I
right,
normally don't like to approve community service, but during the pandemic and if it's unusual circumstances, I think that would be appropriate, especially when the defendant doesn't have internet access as well. All right, next would be Kyle Burns, bond forfeiture. Tammy Burns, bond forfeiture. Melissa Campbell,
She has called about an hour ago and entered a not guilty plea, so she's off too.
Okay, good. Tatiana Carr would be a default judgment. Austin Cullen is bond forfeiture for both. Jonathan Alexander Coughlin, default judgment. Zachary Dockman, default or no contest plea was entered. Court will accept the no contest plea, find the defendant guilty. Next would be Andrea Dean.
Judge, this Stockman, when it says CP.
Let's go back to Dockman, yes.
He's asking for a reduction in points, and it's a speeding.
Let me go back and take a look. Here's the plea sheet. All right, yep, there's the points lowered. Let's see if it's appropriate. I'm going to review the police report. And normally I'll do that. If somebody's going to go through the trouble of entering a no contest plea by calling in and enter the document, I'll take a look at it. Okay, I'll go ahead and approve the point reduction from 15 over to 9 or to 1 to 10 over, 3 points instead of 4. Same forfeiture with 60 days to pay. That's approved. All right. Next, we will go to Andrea Dean. No contest plea. The court will accept the no contest plea and find the defendant guilty. Any special circumstances for this one?
No.
Court will order the face amount of citation, and then hold open hold open a restitution hearing. Leslie Dietzman, bond forfeiture on the seatbelts, and then the default judgment on the non-registration of auto.
Okay.
Laura Draper is a bond forfeiture. Taylor Drugemuller is a bond forfeiture. Lori Duane is a bond forfeiture. How do you say that? Destiny. Thank you. Destiny Mariah Dunn is a default judgment in all 3 citations. Thomas Dryerson is a default judgment. Gerald Feldbrugge, we received a no contest plea. The court will accept a no contest plea and find the defendant guilty. Ellen Foss is a no contest plea. Is there?
Nope.
What's that?
No, nothing. She entered the no contest, but didn't ask for anything.
Okay. Or accept no contest plea and find the defendant guilty. Dylan Foster is a default judgment in all 3 citations.
No, just one. There's Alan Foss. Did you get that one?
Yeah, I got the Alan Foster. Dylan Foster.
Okay. All right.
There's 3, right?
Correct. Yes.
We'll default him on the 3. Lendell Gilberts. No contest plea. Let me see the face sheet. This is a strange plea. There is no construction on this section of Main Street by the fire department. 2 other cars and 1 motorcycle went the same way and was not stopped. Officer Joseph said to go to court, and this will probably be dropped. He said he should try to get the 2 cars and cycle through, but he didn't.
No.
I know a no contest plea was entered. But this is well, with the plea sheet, it's in a strange place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea. And here's what I want you to do. The defendant kind of put us in a strange spot with this. So if you could, we will not find the defendant guilty. We'll hold the case open and send a letter to the prosecutor seeing if an agreement can be reached.
Okay. So
So-
schedule it for a pretrial.
Schedule for a pretrial, but I'm not going to order a pretrial because we're kind of in limbo here. We're not going to find the defendant guilty, but hold open the case to see if it can get resolved before the next court date.
Okay.
Because it's a no contest plea, but it's really a not guilty plea within the plea sheet, is what it is.
Okay.
All right. Were there any other strange plea sheets like that that I've covered so far?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I always have a note there to see the police sheet when there's something written.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next would be Hunter Guile. Guilty plea received. The court will accept the guilty plea and find the defendant guilty and hold open any issues of restitution. Next would be Kyler Goglio.
Timothy
Default
Gilly, Timothy Gilly.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
Well, Timothy Gilly will forfeit the bond on that one. Kyler Goglio, default judgment. Jim Hammis, default judgment. Elizabeth Hanson, forfeit the bond. Jermaine Harrison is a default on both. Brandon Hendrickson is a default. Michael Hensel is a default on both. Spencer Hran is a default on both. Tanika Jackson Obazi is a default. Zheng Jing is a bond forfeiture. Roger Johnson is a
That
default.
one, he called today also, and it has been rescheduled to September
So September what?
16th.
Okay, we'll reschedule that one until September 16th. Brayton Kilcoyne is a default on both. Rory Conrath is a default. Ryan Likeness is a default. Seth Lisney is a default. Sherry Mars is a bond forfeiture. Ashley Mannion is a default judgment. Robert McCall is a bond forfeiture. Stephanie Michael McHose is a bond forfeiture. Terry Moore is a default. Karen Navarrete Flores is a default. Ronald Nicholson is a default. Victoria Oler is a default on both citations. Donald Pagel, bond forfeiture on both. Brittany Pearson, default judgment in all three. Samuel Piper is a bond forfeiture. Amanda Quam is a default judgment. Nicholas Ramsden is a default judgment. Charles Ree is a default judgment. Heather Reed is a default judgment. Lavelle Robinson is
Heather Reed, I'm sorry, has also entered a not guilty plea.
okay. We'll change it from a default to a not guilty plea. I'll order the matter will be scheduled for a pretrial conference either by teleconference or by Zoom. All not guilty pleas I'll treat as the same order that they attend a pretrial conference either by Zoom or by teleconference, and the parties work it out best they can. I'll allow some leeway in case they don't appear back and forth. So I don't want to default somebody to enter a not guilty plea, so I want to make sure that they have a pretrial conference. Okay. Maggie Rosemeyer, we've already taken care of. Ms. Rosemeyer's already appeared tonight. Luis Salinas is a default judgment. Edward Schmidt is a default judgment on both citations.
Boston Edward, and that's a OWI.
Let me take a look. Is that our only OWI tonight?
Yes. He blew a .12. And it's a first offense.
Okay, thank you. Okay. $19.95, so 20. Hang on. It's been a while since I've read one of these, so I want to make sure I got it right. Yeah, okay. Okay, I do make the findings, find that the blood alcohol content was a 1-2. I'll make the findings that it was a first offense. So the penalties will be, let's see, there was kind of a 7-month driver's license revocation, face amount of citation, AOD requirements, and no IID.
There's a third or a fourth on the next page. Just a regular ticket.
There's a what? I'll find him guilty, or I'll find him in default of operating after suspension and the open intoxicant of for passengers.
Okay.
Trevor Schmidt, default on all 4 citations. For the shoplifting, I'll reserve I won't ask for any restitution, but the victim or the merchant can file a restitution request. Stephanie Slindy, default. I won't find any restitution, but hold the ID. I will hold open any type of restitution hearing. Joshua Smith is a default. Joshua P. Smith is a default. Joshua Thomas Smith is a default. Rosaline Smith is a default. All 3 citations. Rebecca Snow is a default. Pamela Sokolik is a default on both citations. Nolan Staplefeld is a bond forfeiture on both. Roberta Stenson is a no contest plea. See the face sheet. Okay, so I'm treating the plea sheet as kind of a request for leniency. So what I will do then is, let me take a look at her. All right, it was a 3-point citation. I'll amend to, normally what I do for these, Mary, I'll follow the normal amendment to a defective speedometer, which is 2 points instead of 3, same forfeiture with 60 days to pay. Need the statute number?
No, that's fine.
Oh, it's 34741. All right. Crystal Thalaker, default judgments. Braden Thorpe is a bond forfeiture. Molly Thruman is a default judgment. Travis Vierk is a default judgment. Weston Wallace is a bond forfeiture. Alan Wickham is a default judgment. Alan Wright is a default judgment. Raya Wyatt is a default judgment on both citations. And that concludes our initial appearances. Now, did we have a couple hearings? Do we have to wait till 6 or can we take care of them right now?
We can take care of them right now. It's for one person, 2 tickets. The tickets are from December. You had ordered, one was possession of THC and the other drug paraphernalia.
Okay,
And you ordered AODA to reduce the fines and no driver's license. He's called twice for extensions. Once for 60 days, the second time for 60 days. And still, I called him then on Monday and said, just a reminder, you have court on Wednesday, you need to get that. And he said he started it online and he'll get it done by Wednesday. And I
okay.
have,
I'll give him another 60 days. I'd rather see him completed then.
okay. That's it.
Okay, fantastic. You want to just, for the bench book updates, do you want to just mail those to me?
But, well, I don't, it's,
Oh, it's the whole bench book.
yeah, so, I mean, John comes to Stoughton quite often. If you
Yeah.
can stop and grab it from you, if we can work something out, if Laura or Miles is home.
Okay,
And then
here's
just
what I'll
go-
do. Let me drop my old bench book off. to
Oh,
the
and
office,
at
and
the
then-
office?
And then, you and John can just update it, and then you
Okay.
can either leave it at the office or drop it off, whatever works.
Okay, all right, that sounds good.
Yeah, Laura is home almost every day, so that should work. So whatever, if you want to just leave it at the office, you want to drop it off, either way, whatever is easier for you or John.
Okay, but you are going to bring it to the office, you said?
Yeah, just the
Okay.
old version, then you just need to update it, I would think.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they do this every year and that's a
Yes.
pretty big one. So I didn't think I should mail it. Oh, that one, no, that's the one I made for you.
Oh, this is the one that you made for me. The old bench
bench-
book then
your
is still in
bench
your
book.
office.
Is that at the office still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, then never mind then. I thought you had it at home, so.
No, I
Okay.
just got the one that you prepared for me, and
Okay,
really needed it, so.
good. All right, that's it.
Okay, thank you. I will
Yeah.
see you. When's the next court session? In 2 weeks?
September 2nd.
Okay.
We just
And
have a
then
couple of
for-
juvenile.
you putting together the schedule for 2021?
Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll send you a draft of that.
And I'll probably, that week of July 20th, I'll probably be gone. Maybe we can just have
Okay.
second court the last weekend,
Okay.
in July.
All
That works
right.
because
Uh-huh.
we only have the one court session in August.
Right, that's what we've done for the past 2 years.
Okay. Okay, good.
Seems to work well.
I don't have anything upcoming. So, the seminar that I had was actually registered and I completed the CLE credits as well.
Oh,
So,
good. Good. All right.
that's all.
That's it.
All right. I'll see you next time. Thanks, Mary.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See. Nope. Do you want to that? Yes.